Good morning, evening, afternoon, I'm Cat. Welcome to my channel. Today we are playing an adventure's tale. Previously, we got into an elaborate wolf fight, rescued a girl, and then she rescued us. And then we found out we're never going to dance again. Like, dance fight again. Like we used to. Our leg is permanently injured. We'll still be able to fight and walk, but we can't do our wonderful acrobatic flips and dips and pirouettes with our swords. Disappointing. And we're apparently finding out what's going on with Greia. She is not human, I guess. And we're getting into that. So let's continue. She cocks her head to the side and considers my question. I sit patiently, waiting on her answer. That will decide my next course of action. Well, I've been here ever since I was a child. Lord Mouse took me in after my parents were killed by bandits. He'd been like a father to me since. My hand twitches, and I consciously reach for my sword, remembering that it isn't there. I wonder what I could have done with it anyway. Greia notices my movement and frowns, wondering what on earth I was doing. Might be best to keep what I have surmised hidden until I'm sure. My side felt a little painful just now. Maybe I should lie down some more. Her frown instantly changes into her trademark worried look. I hate manipulating her like this, given how honest she is. And I have to treat carefully. Instead of tread, I have to tread carefully. Okay. One mistake could mean instant death. Is she like a banshee? Alright. Should I massage you before I go? Maybe I can work some of the pain out from your side. I smile and lay down on the bed, considering her offer. It is once in a lifetime opportunity to get one of her kind her like this. So let me indulge her. What? Get one of her kind her like this. Okay. Please do, Greia. No, that's not pervy at all. She positively beams and rushes to my bedside, straddling me from behind and bending over to reach my shoulders blades. I take that moment to look back and get a peek at her cleavage. Of course you do, Garth, because why wouldn't you? But she catches me before I can see further. No peeking, Garth. Jeez, I didn't know you were such a pervert. I lie back down and let her hands flow around my back, feeling my sore spots and caressing the tightness out of them. He is very methodical even. She searches for places where the muscles have knotted up and releases the tension in them with her soft fingers. You have a very fine back. The finest I've ever seen. Her voice, which was passive and kind, still now emulated a small amount of passion and heat. I feel like I'm going to pass out from bliss. I knew it'd be great to have someone like her do this. Her kind have always been good at healing. After a few moments, is she an angel? After a few moments of silence, Greia speaks up again. Who are you, Garth? I considered her question and how to answer it carefully. Greia is honest, and I know I can trust her if need be, but there are some things no one can know just yet. I am a noble turned adventurer. I left that life because I found it boring and snobbish. 'Cause I'm not snobbish at all. Adventuring is more honest and free compared to noble life. The change of movement in her hands tells me that she's surprised and probably cocking an eyebrow without having to look back to check. As such, her next question is the only one I expect from anyone not used to noble life, regardless of true circumstances. Well, I don't doubt the snobbish from what I've heard, but boring? I smile despite myself. It's amazing how little they know of our lifestyle and the mind games noble play on each other. My smile disappears when I remember that by virtue of birth, she should know of it too. I think of a way to structure it to fit someone like Greia's personality. No one like her would like to hear that her rules are sometimes inhumane at best. Nobles like to play a game against each other. A game of the minds. The problem is the costs for it are very high. Yes, very high. The lowest cost is property and prestige. The highest is human life and scores. Needless deaths. But those intricacies I'd rather not remember. Obviously, to survive as a noble, I had to play that game. And I was good at it. Sounds fun, but troubling. But I had hardly think such things would worry you, Garth. You're the most intelligent man I've ever seen. I blush to my ears and cup my face, throwing her a simpering smile and make my voice high-pitched. Oh, stop it, you! You'll make me blush like a noble girl milking cows. To that she burst into fitful laughter. Again, her mirth worth a bit of tomfoolery. I shake my head again. Do not get drawn into her. Only trouble can come out of it, no matter how beautiful, how kind, how wide her hips are. Didn't think about that. Didn't even look. They don't look that wide. The last thought makes me salivate with lust. Not much makes you salivate with lust. 2 globes on the side made you salivate with lust, Garth. The last thought makes me salivate with lust. Full greed. My eyes glinting sharply. as I turn to look at her. She returns my hungry gaze with a look of alarm. She instantly realizes that she's a lamb before a wolf at this moment. Garth, why are you staring like that? I cast my eyes over her body, from head to toe, and I feel her breath catch my inspection. My inspection just now told her my intention. Instead of the expected reaction of blushing, her face becomes slightly stern, like an elder sister scolding her younger brother. Now listen here, Garth. I am not some item on display to be ogled like that. I mean, you're quite fine with those arms and that solid back, those muscles, and... Do I make myself clear? I smirk and twist around to bring my face towards the ceiling, with her still straddling me as she was. She didn't fall over. Yes, crystal clear. I raise my upper body with ease now and stop just a little off from her face. No CG for this. Okay. From how close I am, I see that I've captured not only her attention, but her breath as well. There is a heat growing in her that I can feel from here. I reach out and cup her chin, softly, still smirking. What are you smiling at? Why are you smiling like that? She struggles to get the words out amid her resumption of breathing, heaving breaths as if she was hungry for air. But we know she's hungry for something else. I'm also hungry for it. But there is an art to seduction concerning a female, and jumping in isn't part of it. That would work on a male with ease. Garth, you know from experience? I didn't know you swing both ways. I release her and lie back down, turning over to my back and pointing to my sides. Please continue what you were doing. You know what? I think he just likes pretty things. So I think as long as you're pretty, Garth will be into you. A bit vain. Please continue what you were doing, Greia. Your deft fingers are very enticing. Her hands slowly touch my skin, and she recoils as if my body is that of a viper that is poised to bite. They return and resume their work gingerly. The only description for the current handling would be meek. Yes, definitely a wolf and a lamb. Unless this is an elaborate act. If so, the positions are switched. That's a worrying thought. Now, I see why nobles are devious. She continues grumbling softly while massaging me. Her obvious pout, I don't need to see it to feel it. Quite sweet. I make a decision while lying there, being massaged by a woman I would have been wary of still slightly wary of, that I will fulfill to my last breath. No matter what happens, I will find out the circumstances of Greia's position and free her, if need be, by any means necessary. Did I lose consciousness? I wake up in the same bedroom, but Greia doesn't seem to be here. There. I sit up quickly, almost out of instinct. My leg feels fine? That's impossible. Greia said I wouldn't ever be able to walk again. Now she said you wouldn't be able to fight like you would before. And speaking of that, where even is she? I get off the bed and stand up. I feel fine. Am I dreaming? I pinch myself. Ow, okay. Not dreaming. Greia. I speak her name, but get no answer. That said, if she's not around, I should find her lord. Perhaps he has answers to this. Quest. Freeing Greia. Okay. I know one thing for sure, however. I need to see Greia somehow. And now it's daytime. Okay. Well, I need to get my thing for the... Oh, this is the wrong tavern. It took 3 episodes, but like barely the day. I'm gonna get like the reward for my quest. I have 24 days remaining. Oh, I guess I don't turn in that quest. It's just done. Wanted mercenaries. Okay, I guess I should free Greia. No, I what I meant to do. I keep forgetting how to do things. Inventory. A hardened bone. I don't know what I need that for. Should I be touching this? Probably not. What is this? Ah, yes, the helmet. +3 armor. How much is my pirate hat? Yeah, but I like my pirate hat, so I'm gonna keep it. I guess I could sell some stuff, but I seem to be okay on money. I'll think about selling stuff after that. After, like, I can't afford stuff. I guess we go back to Erebor. We go to the manor. Yep. Well, this manor looks exactly like the other manor. I take a deep breath before knocking. This is one of those moments I'm glad I listened to Uncle Nortrim when he schooled me on the battle of scenarios, because one is about to occur here. Come in. The voice is oddly friendly. That's not the voice I did. Weren't you that dude who was mad at me? Whatever, game. I push the door open and enter a bedroom similar to mine. Sure, we're pretending on the other side is where the bedroom stuff is. The furnishings and decorations same as the room I came from. At the study part of the room, I'm sure that's what we'll call this part. The graying man with a sturdy body that looks awkward for his age is seated there. His embroidered coat with laces and his fine pants of cotton are body tight and emphasize his strange build. His face, however, is the disarming type. Deeply embedded smile lines and perpetually closed eyes. Okay, if you say so. With a fixed smile that can only be said to be natural and warm. I don't know, for some reason that would actually unnerve me. I would always assume something is happening behind that smile. If I didn't know what I know, I would instantly befriend this man and trust him completely. As it is, I already feel like leaving and smacking myself for doubting him. Oh, it's the young adventurer who saved my dear Greia. My name is Mast, the lord of this here estate. I didn't think you'd be out of bed so soon based on her description of you. What brings you here, So that wasn't a nightmare after all. I am stronger than I look, is all. It was nothing but a flesh wound in the long run. He saw my limp when I entered town and knew of my condition, so my flimsy excuse should hold no weight. I also made no move to sit despite my discomfort. That doesn't scream suspicion. I don't know what else. But he just smiles. He also gestures to a seat and claps his hand for a servant to come in. Please, take a seat while I have my dear bring us some refreshments. When the door opens, I tense up without turning around. If this dear of his is Greia, I'll be in for trouble. But it's just another average female servant who takes our orders while white wine for Mast and honey tea for me. I'm surprised that you'd refuse wine, but I guess everyone has their preferences. Also, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, you know? I mean, I know it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but... And it's not here. I move and sit opposite of this gentle lord, trying my damned hardest to say anything out of line. I guess 2 o'clock in the morning would be bad. And it's not that, so it'd be more like afternoonish. It's not quite happy hour time, I feel like. I can't afford any weaknesses to him. I must be the personification of a wolf at rest. A funny comparison, given what I did earlier, but that was a special case. So, young man, to the matter at hand, what do you want me to reward you with? I couldn't help it. I blinked in surprise. He thinks my tense demeanor is because I'm worried about whether I'll receive a reward. Huh. He smiles at me and fixes his gaze on me, crossing his fingers over each other, a very disarming smile. I do have an idea for one, but first answer me some questions. I failed to make the request a request, and instead make the closest thing to a command. He, however, pays it no mind. No problem. What do you want to know? I frown and collect my thoughts before deciding on a course of action. I'll hit him and hit him hard. Your servant, Greia. He raises an eyebrow. She says she lost her family and you took her in. I leave it at that, leaving the unformed by obvious question there. He, however, smiles and keeps mute. Clever old man. Can't answer it if no question was actually posed, eh? Fine then. How did this manage to happen? Her parents were attacked by bandits, or so my detectives told me at the time. It could have been anything, but it was done by men. I frown again and fidget with the buttons on my tunic impatiently. That was a very bland answer. I can see no avenues to attack it, so I'll try a new one. And how did you find her? She came to my gate one rainy day, soaked and tired, relaying her plight to me in deep saddened voice. I could do none else but take her in. His eyes take a sad light, as if recounting the experience that caused him great pain, disarming indeed. I noticed something unique about Greia after I saved her. She has white hair and green eyes, a rare combination, no? Lord Mast unfurls his fingers and relaxes, settling into a seat with a laughable ease. His smile never lessened in the least. I agree. I was astonished when I first saw it. Why such a combination hasn't been seen since my first cousin Greia gave birth to. Don't beat around the bush. You know what I mean. I slam my fist on the table and send the contents flying. I breathe deeply, quicken my anger, getting the best quickly and my anger getting the best of me. I'm good at mind games with nobles, but this particular scenario is more precarious than most. Well then. He nips at his lip nervously. Maybe I do. Is there a problem? Is there a problem? Of course there is. This is the worst possible situation if he actually knows what she is. Well, I want to know what she is. But you won't tell me. Do you realize what she is? What her being here... Do you realize what she is? What her being here means? What the effects will be? He nods to each one, as if I'm doing nothing but recounting items on a shopping list for him to check them. It can't be helped. She came to my doorstep and required my help, so I helped her regardless. Bullshit. You set the bandits on her family and kidnapped her for your own benefit. For the first time since I sat down with this lord, his smile disappears, and a frown so deeply, so malicious, sets on his face. Never charge me with such evil while in my lands, hero. I am tolerant, but not at pushover. Do not push me. Well, in the episode here, we still don't know what she is. This game really not wanting to tell us anything. That's okay. We'll get down to the bottom of it. We have to. We'll free Greia, G in the next episode. Maybe, hopefully, who knows? Maybe not. Till then, see you next time.